Welcome to Workshop Wednesday. This is What's New December 2023. My name is Julie Brody. I am the Director of Measurement for MeasurementMarketing.io. As the slide says, I've been building actionable dashboards for a really long time and been teaching measurement to measurement marketers like you for quite some time as well. I'm still in the thick of it as a lead account manager for our own dedicated measurement management clients. And I always love a good puzzle to solve. And for those of you that are back there in the Measurement Marketing Academy with our Ask an Instructor support system and Winner Circle, and you probably have seen us back there, myself and our amazing team of instructors, and our courses and our workshops and all that. So if you are back there, reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you, love to say hi and see how it's going for you, and maybe help you solve a puzzle. And as we go through this particular workshop, we always remind you to remember the one thing. So don't try to grab everything we're throwing at you. Grab one thing, come back, watch the workshop again, and then get something else. So let's get started. What's new December 2023? And always, we start with our measurement marketing framework. If this is new to you, no worries. There is an entire course out there that's called Win the Measurement Marketing Framework. Encourage you to watch that course so you understand all of this in depth, because it'll really help you unlock your measurement marketing potential. So we have our 3 steps: plan, build, launch. And inside those steps, you're going to go from marketing in the blind, basically having all that chaotic marketing, to being able to reliably grow those revenue and profits. And so we all want to do that. We want to know what button to push, what lever to pull to make things grow the way we want them to. So inside the plan step, you're going to have the questions, information, and action. What questions do you ask, the information you need, so that you're able to take action. So you're not collecting and doing things you don't need. It takes out all that busy work and stuff that you're not quite sure, do I really even need this? Then in build, you understand results, traffic, and story. You start building those things so in launch you can listen, forecast, and optimize. So again, you're going to go from not knowing what's working and actually being able to know what is working, what to optimize, so that you can continually grow those revenue and profits. And again, this is the Measurement Marketing Framework. If you haven't gone through Win the Measurement Marketing Framework, I highly encourage you to do so. All right, so what is new for December 2023? Well, let's start with good old Google Analytics. And spoiler alert, this is really the only platform that has a significant update. So we're going to just do Google Analytics, and we won't really have much for the other ones. But I'll have one quick note on Looker Studio, so hold tight for that. So for Google Analytics, let's go ahead and hop over and check things out. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is inside of your reports. Like if you just come to any one of these reports, meaning this section here, we now have an option. Let's see here, we can say share this report, and now there's an option to schedule an email, meaning you can choose who gets the email. You can have a little description, you can actually have a report name. I would suggest calling it something different than that, because that's not very helpful. And then you could choose the date and the frequency, and the type of the format report. The report format, how about that one? So you can go ahead and send that out. And so that's a newer feature. The old Google Analytics had this as well, so now we're able to do that. And you can do that with how many other report that you want. So just kind of know that might be a thing. You can also, when you have all of those reports scheduled, you go to your admin section, and then you can see scheduled emails, and these are the scheduled reports that you have. So we don't have anything currently. And then you may have noticed, this is the other major update for December, is that the admin section changed. It's kind of, we're in the alpha program, and so we kind of heard like, oh, hey, the admin section is going to change. And then all of a sudden the admin section changed within days. Normally alpha, there's like months in between. So I think it really surprised everybody that it came out so fast. So no longer have columns. We used to have a column, 3 columns, and we no longer have that. So at the top we have our account, and the middle and the bottom is all of this is the property settings. So just really important to know, hey, here is where your data stream. This is a lot of times what you're going to go into to modify and adjust things. And then if you're coming in here, this is where you're going to see data streams over here. And so that way, if you're somewhere else in here, you're like, how do I get to my data stream? That's the way you do it. And then your display settings is all those things like events, conversions, and all that. So take a moment and go through and kind of get yourself familiar with this. Another pro tip, like if you accidentally close, like make this minimized and didn't realize you did that, it is really hard to figure out where the heck you're supposed to go. So if you just kind of forget, just click on the admin again and you'll see that. And then you can always just know that that little guy is there. Another pro tip, because it's not obvious, because there used to be like, hey, new property, new account, like how do you, like where do you go? It's not very intuitive where you can go to create a new one. There is this little white button. Maybe they'll make it blue one day to make it a little bit more obvious. But there's now, you can create an account and you can create a property. Now, another update that happened recently is that there was something that came out and said subproperties, that, when you're creating your subproperties and all, filtering and all this other stuff, but that is for Google Analytics. Basically, the more higher up, the higher level of Google Analytics that you have to pay for, not the what they used to be called the 360 version, and so not the regular old free version. So just be aware that you might hear the word subproperty. It is not something that the free version has, but just know that that is a thing out there. And maybe one day we will have access to it, but we do not have subproperties for the free, regular old Google Analytics 4. Another real quick update too, if you happen to use Salesforce, you can now integrate Salesforce Marketing Cloud with GA4. So if you have that, definitely take a look into that. That might make your life a whole lot easier. And then there's some other GA4 360 updates too. So if you have that, definitely make sure that you stay up to date on that. And then, so the next update, this is something that kind of surprised everybody, and I don't like the verbiage that Google chose to use. I guess obviously they're marketers too, but they said they're improvements to data sampling. However, this improvement to data sampling, and we're going to have an entire workshop coming up here in a couple of weeks. It's going to go through what's the difference between sampling and this other word that you will hear, thresholding, and cardinality. There's those words that people kind of use interchangeably, but they're very different. So there were some improvements made, possibly very helpful for you, but for most of us, you're starting to see stuff like this. So this is our sister company, Measure Summit, our other brand, and you'll start seeing thresholding applied. I chose a really big date range because I just wanted to force this here, but we have clients with a lot of data where we get this in 2 days. Meaning that it's basically saying you're at your capacity for reporting on data. So sampling, again, we're going to have a workshop that's going to explain this a whole lot easier and have an amazing analogy that's going to make this simple. But sampling is different than thresholding. So sampling, they're just looking at a small little piece of the data and assuming like, hey, we assume it's going to be the exact same throughout all of the data. Meaning, if this was said 50% sample, that means they looked at 50% and took a guess on the other 50%. So sampling, and so this one is not sampled, so we're good. It's looking at all of the data. However, it's saying our capacity of the data, so the threshold. We've already met the threshold, so it's basically saying we're not showing you everything. So if you have a client or you are somebody that has lots of data, you're going to be seeing this. Again, we'll have a workshop here in a couple of weeks that's going to guide you through how to get around that. I really hope that Google kind of backtracks on this or makes an adjustment so this isn't so obvious and so easily triggered for people that have regular traffic. So I can't imagine even bigger companies, like, because we're having to go day by day for some of our clients, and it's just crazy. So hopefully they kind of backtrack that, and we'll let you know on January's update what's going on with this, but definitely stay tuned for that workshop that's coming up. Some more updates that are happening day by day is, so there's some new updates for the audience reports as for the Ads Manager, as well as when you're building your audiences in Google Analytics. So remember where those are at if you come into your admin section. in our new admin section, if we come down here to audiences, and so now you have some new parts and pieces, especially with the items, to be able to use with your audiences, which is really nice. So you could be like, I want to know the people that bought this product, put them into an audience. Oh, and then you can, tell Google Ads, go talk to people that are in that audience. So really cool feature to be able to do that. So those are your Google Analytics updates for December. All right, what's new with Looker Studio? So I'm not going to bring anything up here. I just want to kind of make a note that some of the Looker Studio updates that you might be hearing about, most of them have been for the paid version. So I'm hoping that some of these features, which none of them are groundbreaking, like amazing, I really, really want them. They're just like little features to make things nice and easier. They're for the paid version, not the free version. So if you do have the paid version, maybe you might have some new features, but for the most of us that are utilizing the free version, there really hasn't been any updates, but that doesn't mean that there's not going to be in the next couple of weeks. So just stay tuned, come with the next what's new, and we'll let you know if anything is applying to you for that, for Looker Studio. Now, what's new with the Measurement Marketing Academy? So if you are back here in the Measurement Marketing Academy, we do have your new WIN course, which is WIN Forecasting Revenue and Results, a very, very unique and comprehensive system that Mercer has trained and taught for a number of years. And so everything's been updated. There's a tool, actual spreadsheet that you'll be able to use for yourself, your clients. So if you haven't gone through this, highly encourage you to do so. And in the upcoming updates in here in the next couple of weeks, we will have a brand new update for WIN Google Analytics Setup, as well as WIN Google Analytics for Basics. So both of these are being updated here in the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned for those. So we can always use a nice fresh course. And I just, as a little side note, I believe this is like the third time in 2023 these courses have been updated. So we always do our best to make sure that you have the latest and greatest, so you're not looking at old courses. So, and that's for all of our core Google Analytics, Google Tag Manager, all of those courses. And you can even come in here and see our courses by date, like looking at everything that has been updated just this year. So lots of core courses, everything is updated for you. All right, now, what was your one thing? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you want to know more about this particular thing that we talked about, the Measure Marketing Framework, there is a course back there for you for free. If you want the free course and you want a bunch of those free tools, remember that forecasting thing I told you about? You don't get the forecasting course, but you can get the forecasting tool. You can dive in here into the Measure Marketing Academy and have a toolbox membership. It is a free membership, and you can go through, and if you want to take a peek at the Academy, you can definitely do that as well. So you can learn more about both options at measure.tips/get-academy. And if you're back there in the Academy, you decide to become a member, decided to go through all the courses, please reach out to us. Our amazing instructor team would love to hear from you. And that's new. That's what's new for December 2023. We'll see you next time.